And we are back for another edition of the On The Go podcast. I'm your host, James Jackson, and the other guy across from me, working the ones and twos, is Jacob D'Antone. Jacob, what's going on, man?
Hey, James, how are you? How's your week been?
Good. Good casual Friday.
Casual Friday?
Yeah, it's casual Friday.
Yeah.
Well, we heading into the leap year, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So-
well, the leap year already came.
Oh, the leap year already came. So I've been hearing everybody talking about it on the news. So I was like, what the hell's they talking about the leap year?
Yeah. It was the 29th this year, February.
Because
because February usually has like 28 days.
Yeah.
But every 4 years is 29 days.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Which is so weird. And I mean, I get like, I guess like space and the stars and the way the planets move and whatever. It kind of makes sense, but it's kind of arbitrary when you think about it.
I just never really cared until I heard it. I was like, I know to a lot of people that may sound ignorant. I don't really care. I just really don't care. But I just wanted to know what that was about. I was like, what the hell did everybody keep talking about leap year?
Yeah, no, it's every 4 years there's an extra day in February, and sometimes some people are born on that day, and so for 3 years they don't have a birthday.
That's weird.
Yeah,
So you don't have a birthday on a leap year? On a leap day?
that's what people claim, right? It's because if you're born on the 29th and the 29th only comes around every 4 years or whatever.
This is stupid.
I mean, honestly, it just means you have two different birthdays.
And what's this about another solar eclipse? We having a solar eclipse again? Supposed to have
potentially.
Another one.
I don't know. There's all kinds of eclipses going on.
Man, did you see the first one?
No.
You missed it?
Yeah.
Were you at work that day?
No. Well, I think so.
It was weird too when it happened.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, I thought it was like a shade tree,
Right.
and it wasn't.
Right.
Like the sun was out, everything was out, but it was like just an eclipse. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I thought that was so cool.
Because that's all it looks like. It just looks like a shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Everything just looks kind of like in shadow.
Oh man, it was cool. That was the coolest moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my sister went outside and my niece, and we held like a piece of paper up because you're supposed to do it. You hold the people.
Yeah, you can't look at it.
You can't. Yeah, you can't look at it.
Or the total eclipses, I suppose. I don't know. There's some eclipses you can look at and some you can't. I don't know. It's kind of like the moon. Like every month, there's like a new type of moon. There's like the super moon, the super duper moon, the blood moon, the blue moon.
Which I think I have seen the blood moon. I
Yeah.
think I've seen the blood moon once. Did we have a blue moon?
We've had both of those in the last year or so. So
Have you seen those?
no, not particularly.
Oh.
I just don't care to look up at them.
You don't look up to the stars or moons or nothing, huh?
No.
All right. You just keep your feet on the ground. Huh?
We're in a city, James. There's no stars up there.
No, you
all
used
light
to have
pollution.
stars. No, we used to have stars when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Till the pollution like messed it up a lot. But
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I used to always look up to the stars. We had a lot of stars.
Yeah.
And yeah, as I got older, it just dimmered ever so slowly because pollution,
Yeah.
bad air,
Yeah.
which really sucks.
It does.
You know, that sucks because you don't even see it in the country anymore.
Not entirely, I guess.
Not entirely.
Yeah.
You know, so.
That does suck. That's lame. Way to start a Friday episode.
I mean, well, you don't want to talk about you don't look up to the stars. I was like, well, you always keep your feet on the ground. I was like,
That's
all
true.
right, well, there you go.
That's true. So, have you been watching anything lately? Have you been anything perusing that you would want to talk about before we get into the show?
Just probably perusing around on the internet. I saw James Gunn. What's the young lady's name? Was playing Hot Girl. She
Isabel Merced.
What's her name? Isabel Merced. Isabel Merced. She had like a table read, and she actually revealed the logo for the Superman. I don't know if that's official logo or if that's just a logo. She just, that's just something that James Gunn wanted to do. But it's the Kingdom Come logo for the Superman.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, and it had her name on there. So I'm wondering, is that going to be the official logo for the Superman? I hope so.
I mean, potentially.
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool to do because it is kind of weird to keep having the same S over and over again.
Yeah.
Because honestly, Man of Steel didn't have the same S. It was just like more of it was red and blue.
Was it?
It was no yellow in it. You didn't really. It was, and if it was yellow, it was dark, the darkest yellow you've ever seen, like piss yellow. So hopefully,
yeah.
Hopefully we get something different with this one.
It was kind of a fat ass.
Yeah, it was kind of fat ass. Yeah, and it had all that like. It was a guy that was on Reddit, and I don't know how true it was. I don't know how real this guy is, or if he's doing it for clicks and stuff or whatever. He could be. He could have know something that we don't know. But he had some intel on what the Superman suit could look like. It's a smoothing, very slick suit. It doesn't look like the Henry Cavill suit where it's just all like patterns and letters and Kryptonian symbols and all that type of stuff. It's just a slick suit.
I mean, let's be honest here. There's only so much you can do with that outfit, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, do you want to put the red trunks on him? Do you not want to put the red trunks on him?
Do you just want it solid blue? I mean, you got to have some version of blue, red, and yellow. Otherwise, people are going to flip out.
Yeah, people going to lose their mind as if they just it's comic book, comic book. Comic book, I'm a nerd, so everything has to be right. Everyone's just geek out. I don't know. I just choose not to geek out over so many things, and and I know it sounds a little bit of a hypocrite.
You ever just feel like sometimes, I don't know, people they just take it way too seriously.
Like, you take it a little bit too seriously.
There's so many nerds out there, and I mean, this is kind of a segue. This isn't even about what you just said, but it's something I think about whenever these like these anti-woke grifters come out and they like always make a video on like, oh, they did this and they ruined everything. Like with the recent X-Men 97 trailer, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone flipped out because like they took away Rogue's butt.
Rogue got no ass.
The cartoon character that doesn't exist at all. Yeah, or they got mad that they made Morph non-binary when Morph who in his own character is a character that shapeshifts between male and female characters.
I thought this fool was dead.
Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure he got killed off in the first episode of the original series. He got killed in the first episode. Like, he's not even a big deal. Like, it's not even a thing. And I got to thinking one day, and I thought about X-Men 97. Again, the same example is all these people are like, oh, they made X-Men woke. X-Men's always been woke. When you think about the term woke and you think about X-Men and how X-Men got started. X-Men's always been an allegory for Black history or civil rights movements. Mm-hmm. I suppose that's probably the same. Actually, I don't know why I said
you're right. It's all good.
But yeah, it's an allegory for that. And like Magneto, Professor X, always like the Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and like allegories or analogies, whatever you want to call it. So it's always been woke. But now you have all these like grifters coming out and they're like, oh, they made it woke, and it makes me think that all these people who are making these videos are just kind of, you know, when the MCU first started, but you know, when the MCU first started and people were all of a sudden now like fans of Iron Man and now fans of Captain America, but then like you ask them like what comics they read and they're like, oh, I've only seen the movies. I think this is just like that next evolution.
Yeah, it is.
Like these anti-woke grifters are just like those same people that only follow the movies and haven't like, they don't really understand the history of the comics or the comic book characters. Or just like how everything just evolved over time anyway.
Well, I would also like to think too that these are people that used to get their asses handed to them when we was in school.
Yeah.
And now, like, remember back in the day, the jocks used to be the big guy on campus?
Yeah.
And now the jocks are like the dumb guys. The jocks are the guys that's not making money.
Yeah.
And now you got guys like Elon Musk. So the nerds are the guys now, the comic book guys, the nerds now, they're the ones making the big time money. And so they can afford to say stupid crap like this.
Right.
So they're the ones on top.
I don't even believe they're like actual, like,
that's not all.
They're not the nerds. You know what I mean? Like, they're not the actual fans of the things. They're just trying to make a buck.
Some of them are.
Some of them are.
Yeah.
I just kind of came to that conclusion this week. I was
it could be.
Because it's such a nerd thing to do, to be so mad about things that don't exist.
I mean, it's easy to get clicks on that, man.
It is.
To be negative about that. To be negative about a superhero movie.
It is. And we live in a time where clicks are everything. And
see, I'm more critical about movies as a whole. I want to be more critical of movies as a whole. I don't like Madam Web. That had nothing to do with just a comic book. That had everything to do with why would you put a movie out that you clearly had no potential and you had no interest in. You knew the movie was going to suffer, and you still put it out.
That thing still baffles me.
Yeah, and you waste everybody's time and money.
That's surprising me. I wake up in the middle of the night and I shake Khadijah awake because I'm like, I just don't understand it, Khadijah. Why? And then she yells at me, and then we go back to sleep.
There you go. There you go.
It's just like, I just don't understand. She's like, it's 2 a.m. You have to get up in an hour. What are you doing?
So that's where my anger comes from. In a lot of cases with movies. And I heard Chris Stuckman, YouTuber. First of all, I love Chris Stuckman. I think he's one of the best YouTubers in the world to me. And he had something to say about the Madam Web. And he was saying that as a whole, should we stop criticizing movies? Should we stop criticizing these movies as a whole? and because he was talking about Madam Web, because a lot of people work hard on Madam Web, and the production company, the people, the writers, and we just had a writer strike last year, and I sat back. I didn't listen to a lot of opinions on Chris Stuckman because I know a lot of people badgering him over the head, but I tried to understand where he was coming from with it. I don't agree, but I don't. How can I say this? I agree, but I don't disagree.
I think it's a difference of, yes, people put their heart and soul into this. Right? I would imagine like the actual crew, right? The people on set put real work into this, and it's a difference between people putting hard work into it, and then you have like executives and producers or studio execs coming in and making these stupid high level decisions. It's like corporate coming in, like we both work a job where sometimes corporate comes in and they're like, I don't like that there, move it over there for no reason, right? Yeah. They just come in making stupid decisions because they want to feel like they have an actual say in what they do. And I think the movies kind of work the same. Like you have like these studio execs, or you have these like other executive producers who really don't touch the film at all. They just have a title, right? Mm-hmm. And they come in and they make a stupid decision and they kind of like screw everything up. But then you have the crew members and you have the people who are actually doing the physical labor on the job, still trying to make the best out of a, crappy situation.
Well, the thing is like, okay, where would we criticize then? What do we criticize? Do we criticize nothing at all?
You can still criticize the movie.
Because you have to.
Because it's art. Art is always up to critique.
You have to critique it, because if you don't critique it, how will you ever get better at it?
Right. However, art is also very subjective.
Yeah, so it's also subjective.
You and I had a bad time watching this movie, but somebody else, this could be somebody's bread and butter. Someone could enjoy this movie quite a bit. And honestly, James, like with the amount of attention this movie has gotten, so many people came out of the woodwork to review this damn thing. Like I've seen so many reviews. I've looked at so many thumbnails, so many influencers doing their little TikTok reviews on it. This movie, in about 10 to 15 years, I can see it being on the same level as The Room with Tommy Wiseau, where it's going to be like some weird cult classic where it's so bad, it's good to watch. Like people are going to gather to watch this thing and just make fun of it. It's going to have a life. It's not going to breed a franchise. It's not really going to be a super moneymaker, but it's going to live on in some capacity. Well, and that's the beauty about movies, right? Like all movies fit in somewhere, whether it's a bad film, because some bad films are good to watch. You ever have a bad movie day where you're just like, I'm just gonna watch the cheesiest crap? It's gonna have a life after the theatrical run, and honestly, streaming numbers might
help it out.
It could. And because I imagine there's so many people who are seeing these reviews and hearing how bad it is, and they're like, I'm not gonna pay money to go see this, but when it hits Netflix or it hits Disney or wherever it's gonna go, it's gonna get numbers, just because people are like, I gotta see how bad it is, and it's technically free at this point.
Well, it's kind of like, okay, with Argyle, I was okay with Argyle. I didn't love it, but I was okay with it.
Right.
But you have to criticize these films, because if you criticize these films, that's how you get these awards.
Right.
That's how everybody gets these awards for these films. And also, too, I know it's like, oh, you care about the little man. Yeah, I do a little bit, because I've worked at a movie theater and I've seen people spend their hard-earned money on snacks and tickets. And it's very important that when you do these films and you write these films out, that you take time and stock and inventory into this stuff. And it's like, is this something that should be done or written?
You're right.
That's the whole purpose. I'd rather be told that I'm doing a bad job than be kissing ass and somebody tell me that I'm doing a great job and I know I'm not.
You're right.
It's like, no, it just can't do that. I believe in every movie. Every movie's not going to be good. I understand that. Every movie's not going to be hitting 110%. But you got to at least try. And movies are up to be critiqued. That's why you had Ebert and Roper and Ebert, Siskel and Ebert. This is why you had those situations.
Yeah.
And they didn't like almost anything. Like Hollywood could not stand them. Right. But they always went to them. They always went to Siskel and Ebert because they were the most critically acclaimed guys.
Yeah.
And they said what they needed to say, and they didn't care how you took it. And they were like, hey, man, if you didn't like it, screw you. Put out better films.
Right.
Simple. Write better scripts. Get better actors. Simple as that.
I feel like most people don't really pay attention to like those kind of critics.
Well, not anymore, because there's so many of them.
Well, yeah. I mean, now it's the YouTube critics and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's so many of them now.
But even, I don't know, even back before all these critique channels came out, whenever a review or something of a movie came out, I never based my decision on seeing a movie based on how somebody else saw it.
Well, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. Because Siskel and Ebert, like I said, they almost did not give a lot of movies a thumbs up. So when they did give a thumbs up to certain movies, oh man, you better best believe that was a damn good movie.
Yeah.
And sometimes they were wrong. Now, and then sometimes Siskel would give it a thumbs up, and then Ebert would give it a thumbs down.
Right.
A lot of times Ebert gave a lot of movies thumbs down. Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park. Ebert was not very fond of Jurassic Park that much. It was good, but it wasn't great to him. And to us, we loved it. To the most majority of everybody, they loved it.
Yeah.
Hook, that Steven Spielberg did. A lot of people didn't like Steven Spielberg's Hook. Steven Spielberg didn't even like Hook. I loved Hook. I think that was the best adaptation of Peter Pan that Robin Williams ever did. Yeah. If you want to be totally honest, because they haven't done a Peter Pan movie right in years. Even Disney can't get it right with that one. So I'm like, I have no problem with that. It's just, I understand what Chris Stuckman was trying to say, but at the end of the day, movies are up to be criticized. And you're not criticizing their person and saying that they're trash at their job, but they're saying that you have to do a better job at with what you're doing. You can't sit there and write a film and then omit something because you forgot that it didn't match right with the story that you wanted to tell. I was like, that makes no sense.
But you know what, though? I commend him for kind of going against the grain here, because this movie got
pounded,
beat up by everybody.
It got pounded.
I mean, I'm pretty sure people who don't even do reviews came out the woodwork to do a review on this. You know what I mean?
It got pounded.
So I commend him for coming up and trying to approach it from a different take. You know what I mean? So because he's still not saying it's a good movie, right? But he came at it from a different angle, and I commend that, because in a world where everyone's just saying the same thing about this film, and they were. Right? And I mean, even I made the comment when we did our review. I was like, I'm going to try to not say the same thing everyone else is saying. It's difficult. So, good for him for coming at it from a different angle. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just showing a different side, doing a different take. Just like, hey, you guys are saying this, but let's look at it this way.
Mm-hmm. And I've always loved Chris Stuckman for that. He's always been someone that kind of stray away. That's why he doesn't really review top movies anymore. He's trying to do more independent movies. He tries to review a lot more indie movies.
I understand that, because as a viewer, I try to stay away from reviews of the top movies. Or I don't know. At a certain point, I know we review things on here, so it's kind of partially hypocritical.
Culture.
Right.
It's pop culture. We don't have no choice.
But me, myself, I try to stay away from just watching reviews. I don't know. They just turn me off sometimes.
Well, most of the time, I just watch reviews of people that I actually like.
Right.
The people that I know are going to give an honest assessment, like Double Toasted. I know Double Toasted is going to do a good job of giving me a good review. I know Chris Stuckman's going to give me a good job of giving me a good review. Real Rejects, I know they're going to be a good job of giving me a good review.
Right.
By the way, I'm shouting out everybody. Can you show us some love too, guys, on YouTube, by the way? But I know all those guys are going to give me some good reviews. Even Grace Randolph. Yes, I said it, Grace Randolph. Even she's going to give me somewhat of a good review, even if I may not agree with it. But, it's just certain people that I listen to that give me good reviews. But on the first day I watched the film, I try not to watch anybody's review because I don't want to copy anything that they're saying.
Right.
So when I do the review from what I have to say, from my point of view, then after I'm done with it, then I go and look at what everybody else thought of it.
Right. Did we get a chance to talk about the Batman Beyond stuff?
I think we did. I'm not sure. They would have concept drawings, and DC said hell no to it. But this is a good segue because I did see something that's in development, which I'm a big James Gunn fan. Lord knows I'm a James Gunn fan. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I love a lot of his work. But if this is what is in early development or rumored to be in development, then you can probably kiss my ass with this because I'm good on this. So you ever heard of this thing called Dino Super Justice League Dino?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I saw this.
You got to be effing me.
It's an animated movie, right? They're for their animation side.
I want no part of that. And this is where it comes in with the Batman Beyond deal. You have a built-in fan base for Batman Beyond. And you got like 1,001 Batman movies left and right. How about you just do a Batman Beyond film if you're going to do something totally different?
I'll tell you my conspiracy theory. I think they put those concept arts out to gauge the interest on a Batman Beyond film.
Well,
I don't know why they got to gauge it, because I've been saying for years, like Batman Beyond, Static Shock. That's what you do.
Everyone's been saying that for years. Like everyone,
right?
If you're gonna keep doing a Batman film every 10 damn years,
right?
You might as well just do a futuristic Batman,
right? But I bet you they put that out. They're gonna see everybody's reaction to this.
We've had modern Batman.
Yeah, they're gonna see everybody's reaction to this, and in 6 to 8 months, they're gonna say like, hey, you know what? We're developing a Batman.
We've seen the
Batman
origin
Beyond film,
but Jacob, I really do hope so, because if you give us this Justice League Dino crap, look. It'll be hard for me to fight off people from this.
I mean, to be fair, on the animation side, the animated movies, they do all kinds of stuff.
Well, yeah, that's
so if they do the animation movie, it's fine. It's
fine.
Whatever.
But you can't. But what you can't do, you can't introduce a Batman Beyond concept
and then do this next.
And then do this next. Yeah. That's just not going to work. That's just not going to work.
But you know what? I'll tell you. Recently in the comics, there's been some like sort of story arc going on where everybody got turned into animals. It's like it's some weird furry DC story going on. It's not fan fiction. It's actually in the DC comics. So I don't know if that's where this comes from or what. But
I had a joke. I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah,
because I don't know if this person listens to the podcast, so I'm not going to say anything. And you know what I'm talking about. But I'm just going to leave it alone.
I got an idea. Yeah,
you got an idea. There you go. Good guy. Good guy.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that was a perfect segue, because I'm like, you can't give us a Batman Beyond concept and then give us this. You just can't. That's going to piss off everybody.
That art looked fantastic.
Oh, it looked great.
And they're like, oh, this isn't the same guy who did Spider-Verse. Are you like, you guys are just fishing. You are fishing for ideas. And I don't even know why you're fishing for ideas, because
have to fish for it.
You could have put one of these. You could have put Batman Beyond out at any time. Everybody would have been there.
Anytime. You could put it out in 2007, 2009.
Yeah, that's what doesn't make sense. Batman Beyond, Static Shock. I've been saying this. Those are the two movies that will get all your money.
We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, damn near 10 Batman films, 10 to 12 Batman films, and all of them. Oh, you good? I'm about to say bless you. All of them have somewhat all been. Look, I love some of them. I hate some of them. Mm-hmm. But all of them have all been the same.
Well, you know, before Batman Begins came out, there was potentially going to be a Batman Beyond film. It was like up to 3 movies. I think they were going to do either a continuation from the Batman Robin movies. I think they were going to go with Scarecrow, which, I mean, you know, obviously got folded in the Batman Begins. But also another option was Batman Beyond, and they decided not to do Batman Beyond and just do a whole, you know, Christopher Nolan reboot. So Batman Beyond has been
it's a
in
perfect
the cycle
story
somewhere.
But it's a perfect story because, first of all, now with the technology we have now, I don't know if you ever saw Blade Runner with Ryan Gosling.
No, I haven't seen it.
God,
it's so long.
Cinematography is amazing.
Yeah,
it's probably one of the best movies that a lot of people don't talk about because it is that long. But that cinematography would have been perfect for a Batman Beyond. I don't know who the director was that did Blade Runner. Yeah. But Blade Runner 2049, but that movie was amazing.
Yeah.
And that artwork and that cinematography would have been perfect for a Batman Beyond film. And we've all been wanting that film. For years, it's like, that movie. You keep giving us the same regurgitated Batman all the time. And shout out to Matt Reeves. I love the Batman. That is great. But you could have.
We didn't need it.
We didn't really need it.
Yeah.
And now you about to give us another Batman.
Yeah. We're gonna have 2 different Batmans going on at the same time.
So you're gonna probably create another division.
Yeah, I think we might have 2 Supermans, or are we just doing the one Superman?
Yeah, one Superman.
We're getting a Supergirl. We're getting the Creature Commandos.
Because it's like I would have told Matt Reeves.
Joker got 2 movies.
Before
Batman Beyond.
I'm like, I would have loved to see. So if we can get him in animation or live action, I don't care. I just want to see the damn thing.
Yeah. I'd be down for that. I'm so ready for a Batman Beyond. I'm also ready for Static Shock. I want to see them do
Are you
Static
not ready
Shock.
for Justice League Dinosaurs?
No, it's
you don't want to see dinosaurs and sharks dressed up as superheroes.
No,
Super Pets was good. I did like Super Pets.
I fell asleep in Super Pets. I was not really into it.
Yeah, I did like that film. That was pretty cool. They were more Justice League than the actual Justice League. Shout out to Zack Snyder on that one.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they were more Justice League than the other one. So, but no, man, I'm good. I'm good on that. Give me a Batman Beyond film now.
Yeah, I agree. Is that it? Is that all we got?
That's all I got, man.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
A little low on the news.
Yeah, it's kind of been a low news week. I think Dune and everything comes out. So
yeah, Dune should be out today. So
yeah,
one of us or both of us will probably see it. So we'll have a review for that next week.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, well, hey guys, if you want to email us, you can email us at onthegopod2023@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at onthego with Jacob and James. You can find James on Instagram at
James9794.
You can find me on Instagram at jacobdantone.audio. You can find us on YouTube, On The Go with Jacob and James. As James stated earlier, please show us some love. Please follow us, like us, subscribe, ring the bell. I don't know. Do they have any other analogies for just following people? Was it like ring the bell?
Well, I mean, the main thing is, look, if you follow us on YouTube, if you're looking at us, it costs nothing to just subscribe. It costs nothing. We don't ask for money. We're not asking for anything. Just click the subscribe button and you're good to go.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, people.
That's all we
You don't have to do anything else. Same thing goes for iHeart and for what Spotify. Everything. Like, all you gotta do is click the subscribe button. We're good.
Yeah.
It costs nothing. It is free of charge.
Yeah.
Put a finger to the button. We're good to go.
We don't even have ads.
We're
ad free.
Right now, we're ad free.
Exactly. We're the most free entertainment you will possibly get.
Exactly.
So please think about that. Please do it. But hey, that's all I got. That's all James has got. So I'm on the go. We're on the go. We're all on the go. You're on the go. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Take it easy.